Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is the last video where I'm going to talk about the K-drama night puzzles, and let's see what impressed me, good or bad. So we have the two main characters, Ina and Han Saem. So Ina, she immediately knew who the killer of the child was just from a single glance. She also instantly knew that in the case of Myung's father, the woman struggled in the car, she'll have a better chance speaking to him if she dressed in uniform, hoping the father to remember Myung when she was young. She is very present and quick when it comes to making the necessary connections to solve a case. Her mind is extremely sharp, always straight to the point. And a very important part of this drama, I liked the original way we were invited into her mind. The fact that we got to see her step into the shoes of the killer or the crimes in order to understand the point of the view is absolutely unique. It's as if there were small breaks in this series, like little scenes, but they helped us a lot in understanding Ina and her profile side. So definitely she has a lot of good points. This is what I liked about her. Now Han Saem, we just found out that he is a fan of Agatha Christie and has a very welcoming, colorful house filled with plants and large windows, completely opposite to his personality at the beginning of the drama, because at the end he completely changed and practically his house characterized Han Saem only at the end of the series. Now, one thing that I didn't like at all, it's that they didn't give enough depth to the characters in the story. I mean, if you think about it, at the time of the first murder, Ina is 17 and Han Saem is somewhere between 25 and 40, because he's already a detective, full detective. Then, when they meet again 10 years later, Ina is 27 and Han Saem is in his mid-40s, right between 35-40. And I do understand that age is not a matter in this series, is not the point, but isn't it odd for a young woman to walk into a 40-year-old single man's house and just sleep there just like that? I mean, boom. I get that there's special people with special behavior, but still, this isn't kindergarten. She's 27, he's in his 40s, and she just walks into his life and it's like, I'm here, I'm sleeping here, I'm drinking here, I eat here, I'm with you. Isn't that a little bit strange with no love connection? I don't know, to me that was something that didn't click. And like I said, somehow it's strange that this difference wasn't explored, because they acknowledged the 10-year gap between the first two murderers and the rest, but they forgot that the characters aged 10 years too, which naturally changes things. The fact that they act all cute with each other like two teenagers is a bit off for their characters. Even after the fourth serial murder, the puzzle piece with the clown in episode 6, they honestly seem like two teens who just about to declare their love. So their performance doesn't match the role they're supposed to play. I didn't understand this way of acting. And like I said in the previous video, the only time we see Ina vulnerable and showing real emotion is right at the end of the drama during Dr. Lee's suicide. Other than that, she's completely void of expressions or emotions, as if she's autistic. She's absolutely brilliant as a profiler, immediately identifying what type of criminal fits each murder. But otherwise, she's emotionally numb. It's just my point of view. Now, another thing that bothered me a little bit is the fact that Han Saem never changes his clothes, because that doesn't add value whatsoever to his character or performance. So I kind of try to think of a similar character from other films that I've seen, and I just remember this iconic Columbo, which aired from 1971 till 1998, which was brilliantly portrayed by Peter Falk. If you're old, definitely you know the series, which was also a detective who never changed his clothes. But the character's charm was tied to that detail because he always used his clothes, like searching for something in his pockets, always adjusting his coat, touching it. In every episode you saw the main character putting in front that he actually had the same clothes every time. So Columbo made his wardrobe part of the story in a way or another. That was superb because it was absolutely beautiful, a wonderful character played by an extraordinary actor. But here, Han Saem, even though he's played by an amazing actor, his character simply doesn't change clothes. They don't use that detail at all. Sometimes he takes off his little hat, but it doesn't add anything to the character. And someone said to me at one point that Han Saem is a character who can't let go of the past. Okay. He likes to be in what he knows, what he feels comfortable. Okay, but he still takes showers, right? So this whole thing with never changing the clothes definitely felt pointless. For me, the depth of the characters or the way they were chosen to be portrayed, I don't know by who, the script writer, the director, the actors themselves, I don't know, but just didn't captivate me at all, and somehow it felt disconnected from who the characters were meant to be. And one thing that I didn't like is they showed us a lot of red in all this drama. In all episodes it was just red suitcase, red car, red pants, red coat. Even when it was nothing with red, then Ina had the red coat. So definitely in every episode it was red. But at one point Ina actually asked what's this thing with the red, but they just left it there. Like, I was waiting for an answer. What was the red meaning to this drama? Because red is a powerful color, so when you use it that much with so many connections and coincidences, then it must mean something. So you must tell me what red meant in this drama. I mean, she had the red suitcase, Han Saem had the red turtleneck. It was like a string that connected everything. What was red meaning? I don't know. That is just a little bit very foggy. I didn't understand it at all. But of course, there were things that I also liked, but the most that captivated me in this whole drama, it's the idea of each murder being symbolized by a drawing or a puzzle piece. That was definitely something different, and I really enjoyed it. I also liked how by the end of the series, Han Saem's character becomes much more open and actually shows emotion when he reunites with Ina. So there's definitely growth in his ability to express feelings. So I can see the character Han Saem being transformed or developing from the very first episode till the last episode. You can see him evolving, except for Ina. I don't know. I also appreciated how they reinforced the connection between a person and their home. The idea that you can understand someone's personality and habits just by looking at their living space. Of course, it makes sense because a home is essentially an extension of a person, but I definitely loved it. I like this It gives the space a unique charm. And one thing that I think was kind of like a cherry on top and very sweet in a way, let's say sweet, is that at the end of the drama, when Dr. Lee waits for Ina in the exact place where she was caught by her 10 years earlier after killing Ina's uncle, and she asks if she can turn back at that time, it was her way of healing Ina's trauma, like her final act as her therapist. That little scene, definitely loved it. It was like the circle finally closed. Is it worth watching? Yes, absolutely. There are definitely some inconsistencies, or at least I would have imagined the characters a little bit different, but really I enjoyed it. It's definitely worth the time. I'm still happy that the two reunited and will be working together again.